because I was jailed in my home and they were not allowing me to go outside because I couldn't see and I couldn't hear. Earlier I could see and I could enjoy my life because I can see around. I could watch the television. I really liked watching television during my childhood, but when once my vision was going away, I was getting so frustrated because I was not able to communicate with anyone. I always had an argument with my parents because they were not allowing me to go outside. They were saying, no, you have to be at home all the time. So my parents, they were crying as well because they were not understanding what was actually happening with me. My parents thought how deafblind work, how they study, because there were no schools and they were not aware. So I was trying to play out at my home only. I was learning all things by touching and feeling those things. And that's how I got interested in learning a lot of things. I wanted to work. I started with tailoring work. I felt and I touched how my mother was stitching the clothes. All these things I learned. I tried to learn cooking through touching my mother's hand, whatever. So all those things, whichever I have learned, see, I have to touch and I have to feel that, whatever is happening around me. So from my, when I was 14 years old, I moved to Mumbai, and that's how I actually developed myself. My teacher taught me tactile signing, braille, and that's how I learned a lot of things, and that's helped me out to be interested in learning a lot of things. Earlier, I was not sure whether I would be able to understand Hindi language or English, but now I am very well versed with Marathi and English language, and I am always trying to do my best so that I can be aware, I can know a lot of things, I can be fully independent, and I teach other children also of deaf parents, because teachers sometimes oppress children as well because they also don't know how to communicate with a deaf child. So I feel sad at that time when teachers don't know how to communicate and they are not using sign language. So I wanted to learn computer, how to operate it, but the teacher said, no, deaf-blind people cannot do it. I was like, I want to do it, I want to learn it. I was thinking how technology can be accessible for the deaf-blind people in the future. So I saw there could be a braille thing available on the computer as well, and I could touch and feel that. So I was always curious to know a lot of things. There were people who wanted to learn, and there are other students who are doing well as well. But teacher was saying, you are blind, you are deaf, how would you able to learn all these things? But I was so curious, I will always ask, I want to learn, you teach me, I don't know, but they were saying that it's impossible. I told them I want to become an independent person. I did advocacy work, and yeah, we thought how with other technical things, how we can learn. So this is the first time when I got the opportunity from my teacher. So I didn't like using cane, yeah. So I don't like using cane and all. I told my teacher that I don't want to use cane. They were like, no, you have to use a cane. I always had the argument. I told them I don't want to use cane. I want someone to be around with me and helping me out. So I see that there are many people, when they can move around freely, I also want to do something like that. I'm getting bored with typing on computer and all those things. I want to earn. And I want to have maybe specs which could help me out to see the things in bigger font size. So in the computer typing those things, it's a stupidest thing. I don't want to do such things. But when I realized in my young time that yeah, this is most important. It is actually helping me to move around independently. And then I realized that yeah, I then moved away from my home and I looked out at other places how I can learn more. My parents, when I escaped from my home, I wanted to learn and explore in the world. My parents were looking out for me and they were so stressed out. I went to the railway station and I touched all those things with cane. So I explore other things. I don't want to be jailed to my home. I wanted to learn more about the world. I went to tea shops. Also had the experience sitting on the shop. So there were people, hearing people, they were saying, you are a deafblind person, how would you work at the shop? So I told them, I can write. I tried to write on the paper. They gave me pen and paper. Then they understood. So sometimes they think that, yeah, how I would communicate, I will try to write on the paper. I got my tea and bun, whatever I wanted. So I have had the challenges also. There would be bus coming in front of me. There are challenges by moving here and there. But yeah, I was still trying my best.
Through experience I learned like it was not easy, like I faced different challenges. Then later on I was moved to another city, there I applied for a job. So as you know, Sense India. So Sense International. So there I applied for a job, there I started learning about technology, accessibility, and then I knew that there are other deafblind people who are facing the same challenges that I face. So they needed this advocacy from my end. Like I was living a good independent life, but I knew that there were like thousands and lakhs of more people like who wanted to be educated, who wanted to complete their high schooling, but they thought that it's impossible for us. That you cannot see, you cannot hear, you won't be able to get educated. But when the word impossible came, I thought, no, if it's possible for me, then they can also learn. Because by my own grit, like I worked hard, like any place that I went, they said it's impossible for me, but I overcame all the challenges. Like any challenge that came, I tried through it. I understood that you just cannot sit back. Education is very important. When I completed my 12th, then I wanted to apply for a university. I wanted to complete my graduation as well. But when I applied to different colleges, like they said, no, we cannot give you accessibility, you cannot study here. So for many years, I went to different colleges and then finally I applied. And right now I'm doing my BA and that's from me. So my BA is going on. Any questions you have? Any questions? Any doubts? So, anything? Yes, sure.
So how can we, like, since most of us are learning how to be teachers, could you tell us how could we support a deaf student or a blind student or a deaf-blind student who might be in our class, academically and emotionally also? What kind of support can we give them? How can we motivate and encourage them?
Okay, sure. So I want to you all, so I came here to spread around the awareness, right? Once you see a deaf-blind people, you know how to encourage them. Because you are seeing me here, you might be seeing what sufferings I might have suffered from, what I have experienced. Because sometimes we do not get the accessibility, we do not get the quality education. In India, there are a lot of deaf-blind people in rural areas. But teachers are not teaching. They don't know how to teach deaf-blind students. So yes, we are working on it, and we would be spreading across more awareness.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Anything else?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Being a deafblind person, how could you learn sign language?
I'm repeating the question. Can you please repeat?
Do you want me to say? see at that time, right? So I was seeing the signing from other students. I learned sign language, but one, I lost my vision. At that time, I was already fluent in the sign language. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
How old was he when he lost his vision?
When I was 10 years old.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling good?
Okay, that's great. So, what are your
What's your
interests?
question?
So what are your interests in your free time? What do you like to do?
Reading. I read news and I communicate with my friends, chatting. Yeah, I do these things.
Okay, thank you. Are there any specific are there any specific apps where you get yourself involved and you would encourage a deaf blind person to use that as well?
Okay, so he is clarifying the question once again.
Yeah.
So in talk back.
Talk.
He used talkback app. It's inbuilt in the phone in any of the devices. So he used that. And for example, like braille, it can be connected to a braille device. So I type out on my braille device, and that's how my message could send over on the chat. So right now I communicated with Tanvi, and I was typing on my braille device, and the message got sent across. So there is a device.
So have you seen the device, the braille device for chat? Have you ever seen that? Anybody?
No, okay, nobody has seen it. Okay, let me show you where is my bag. So Zamir will be showing you the device.
आप लोगों ने ये लैब की विजिट
Lab
करी
की
थी?
visit की
आपने बोला था?
He's trying to unlock his phone. I think it's not unlocking. It's unlocked now.
So he's saying you can see the phone, right? Shiva is holding right now. So Samir has opened his WhatsApp through this device, and he is going to the chat. he opened the chat, Zamir Dhale, and he's typing right now, hello. He has sent the message hello to Tanvi, and now he has again typing. Okay, so he has mistakenly typing something else, so he has removed that, and now he's saying happy to meet you here. And now he has gone to the send button and he has already sent it. So you understood? That's how I use the device to chat with my friend. So you can see the device.
No, so I've done it. So when I hello ka, मैंने hi का, so I'm asking how, where is
So
that?
from the same device.
So he's again opening his WhatsApp. Now opening his chat. So you see when he is going to the same here point, the same here is being showed on his device.
Okay.
So the braille is coming up over there. What he is saying, happy to meet you here, the same is showed on, the braille was already came down. The braille thing that got embossed, and that's how we could understand that she has sent same here.
So you can use the device to send the messages and read the messages through braille.
So we are so used to it, so I sent him an emoji. I don't know, I think thumbs up or something, and like I won't be able to see that. So instead of now, like I said, happy to meet you, I wrote smile rather than making an emoji, because what emoji is.
So for the emojis, he's saying that I will need an interpreter who can see and let me know what's being there.
So if on the video call, if you are on the video call, the interpreter can sign you
Just like using text like sign language.
Yeah.
So you can talk over video call as well.
as well. But I am the only person who knows English language, or if you will be sending the images or videos, I would not be able to access it. I would just like to communicate on chat. That would be much more accessible to me.
Thank you for sharing.
Alright, yes, sure.
Yes. So just want to explain, earlier I wanted to communicate with the other deaf people, so I don't want to have the hearing interpreter along with me. I wanted to communicate by myself. So I wanted to chat with my girlfriend personally, how I would have the interpreter. So I was communicating and the other people would not be able to understand, no one able to understand what I'm typing on the braille device. So I could chat with my girlfriend as well for a long hour. And then I got married. I have a daughter as well.
What are your future plans in personally as well in the disability sector?
Can you please repeat the question?
What are your future plans personally and in the field of disability?
So in my personal goal, I want deaf-blind students. I want to encourage them to apply in universities and colleges to learn more and be educated. I have already set up my organization, Society for Empowering Deaf-Blind. So that's my vision, because There are deafblind people who are, they are good, they are doing their own business as well, but they have to save money for their personal, for their family and for them as well. So I would like to help them.
Mostly like he's trying to say like get educated, get further education as well as like impart that empowerment to other deafblind people as well. So that's the personal and advocacy.
Again, that same question I think. How can we cater more to deaf-blind individual? Anywhere, in school, any public place.
In what way? Like in what way you want to cater to?
If as an educator or as an a person who is not sensitized.
So first of all, you have to learn that you might, the deafblind person, you saw that the interpreter came to me and they touched my hand because they know that the touch feeling is more important for me. That's how I will understand, and that's how we can communicate more. And they will feel interested as well to communicate with you. And teacher, they also have to see the methodologies which can be used to teach deaf children and what would be the right way to teach them.
Yes.
My question is, what is the name of the device and is it customized for you?
So its main function is to like get the braille out. The name is braille display device. Braille display device. She's also repeating the question that is it customized or like. So he's saying like there are different qualities. So this is the cheaper one. So they are like more technological advanced ones also. So he's been using it for so many years. So this was the first device that he had. And before this, like these devices were like available from America only actually. So I advocated that I needed these because in India it was not available. So on Facebook.
On Facebook, he spread across this message, this device he wanted, and one company from that said that we want to sponsor him. So they sponsored the device. Any more questions?
How does he navigate without an interpreter? जैसे अभी public transport उन्होंने कैसे दिया?
Okay, so I usually help deaf people. Like if
I take a help from them. So I take a help from deaf people. There is one deaf person who knows me. So I type this address to my deaf friend. We see the address. Whatever the address I received from any of the place wherever I have to go, I couldn't speak, right? So sometimes it gets difficult also. Some people, I take help of hearing people who knows English or who knows Marathi. If you can speak, because there are some drivers also who don't know English language, then they speak that address in the Marathi language, something like that, to the auto rickshaw. So that's how, and I also ask the driver also in meanwhile where we are.
So how did you do that?
we are stuck in jam, right? And
So while the auto is moving, I can feel the air. So like the auto is moving. If you're in traffic jam, then it's like shaky, like so. Those kind of things are there.
yeah. And
So sometimes I tap on the shoulders, like drive fast, like I cannot feel the air on my ears. So like I speak up also, like I make some sound.
there's some noise, and that's all. Sometimes the auto drivers, they start talking with their friends, and I realize that they are wasting my time. So I just tap on them and they're like, go ahead, I can't wait over here. Yeah.
But जैसे उन्होंने कुछ बोला तो उन्होंने communicate जैसे he knows that we are stuck in traffic jam, but if the auto driver is saying something, like how does it get communicated to him? Because they wouldn't know sign language or anything.
So if he is speaking, I will say, I cannot hear. They will understand, and that's how they don't speak. I will tell them that write it out. Or, so they write it on my palms, and that's how I understand. Because they could not understand with tactile signing, right? So I just keep them calm, and then I ask them. But you are saying they write on my palm. So he's saying that I write it on their palms, and sometimes it's easier, and they understood and they can help me out. I told him people are smiling at me.
We are all just in awe of
Yeah.
It's amazing how
It's amazing how he navigates the world.
Yeah, I understand. So, you see, the deafblind people, they cannot see, they cannot hear, but they can smell. They can feel the vibration, right? They can understand from those things. For example, if you're angry, right? For example, your facial expression would also change with your body language as well. I could understand that you're angry. So with your hand, with touching your hands, I can easily realize whether in which mood you are, and we can smell that also sometimes. So with those things we could
Other
realize.
senses are heightened.
Yeah, senses are.
other senses.
All done?
Anything else?
Any doubts? Any queries?
And you can ask anything. जो भी आपके मन में आ रहा है आप पूछ सकते हो.
Yeah.
Are there things that you would like us to know, or you would like generally people to know that from your perspective or from your experience?
Repeating the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Is there anything that you would like us to know that we don't know about being deafblind, or anything that you think that people should know but they don't know enough? Anything basically that that you want to share?
Can you be precise with movement and
How?
because there will be a lot.
So, for example, if you are posting any videos and images, and you don't know how to, work with deafblind people, I write my posts on social media platforms, and I create my videos also, and I write in videos, and there are a lot of deafblind people as well who work with the tactile sign language. You don't need to be feared. I mean, you don't have to be scared. While you see a deafblind people, you should always try to help them out.
He also added that like don't be afraid to hold his hand. Like
Hold
that's
his
the way
hand.
to communicate.
Yes.
So like don't be ashamed. Like usually hearing people are like कि touch नहीं करना, but don't be like that. Like bring my hand, start talking to me.
Yes, because how would you understand? How deafblind people would know that because they cannot see you if you are offering any help, right? So if they would be able to see you, they can communicate with you. So likewise, we have our own society as well where we spread across the awareness how you can work with the deafblind people. I have different presentation as well. I go in different